Let's find out about our conquest of Australia. How and why CE+T decided to establish a subsidiary in Australia. We met and interviewed Glenn Morris, an expert in energy management in Australia, to obtain more information and advice on the Australian market.
I'm the one who tried to follow, let's say, the people inside the company who got the crazy idea to set up our own company in Australia. And so we are willing to have, let's say, some kind of information from your side on the status of the energy transition in Australia.
Oh, I'm glad you're coming. We need your solutions.
Australia is a vast country with a power grid that is not always of good quality. What challenges does this bring?
You mentioned about power quality, and on the load side, is that a big concern, power quality in Australia?
I think the power quality of zero power is the big issue.
Okay.
It's interesting how people's opinion about the reliability grid changes. So we had a major black event in South Australia about 3 years ago, and we've had a minor one recently, and it just makes everyone nervous that the grid itself is not reliable. It might only have happened in a big way a few times. It's enough to drive people to think about resilience.
In Europe, many subsidiaries and incentives exist to encourage the energy transition. What about Australia?
If you look at Australia in terms of energy, we had a very small renewable component 2 decades ago. Because of changes, but gradual changes in government policy, renewables started to get some favour.
The less we can say is that you have the space to do that in Australia.
Governments have sometimes pulled the go lever with rebates, incentives to export energy, so feed-in tariffs, etc. But often they're driven by the election cycle. So they might disappear pretty quickly after they arrived, once they've been elected or whatever. So it takes a long-term vision.
And do you have incentive in order to do that?
Yes, well, I mean, there's some financial incentives from the market. So we have frequency control ancillary services. There's some arbitrage where you can buy electricity cheap and sell it at a higher price when the price on the wholesale market changes. Those are incentives. Right down to the customer's end, which is just cheaper power by generating your own and storing it and using it, or even just generating and using it.
Even though solar energy is extensively used in Australia, its irregular availability is a real challenge. What are the complementary solutions?
Do you put all your eggs in the same basket? Or are you willing to see solar energy, wind energy, and some other kind of renewable energy?
I guess I'm a bit solar focused personally, but in terms of Australia, we actually have a mix. So the large scale wind is actually a very major component of our renewables. So a mix is a very good solution because putting, as you put it, all your eggs in one basket is never a good idea. One of the big problems with solar is nighttime. Okay. It happens every day. So yeah, having a mix of energy sources, particularly for instance wind, which can generate throughout the night, is a very good match. But also storage. And storage, we often think about storage as like hydro dams, but storage can be small systems in homes and businesses that are connected to the grid that can be controlled as an aggregate altogether at the same time.
Our innovative solutions and expertise are ready to meet the needs of the Australian market.